The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms the community that sees all things new. I am Oribe, streaming live from Quezon City. Good morning. You're watching COVID Stories, Season 5. Hello everyone! Happy Saturday! And today we have a very special guest that I invited. And our guest is a foreigner. We have a foreign guest that is based in Shanghai, China. Alright? Our guest will discuss about the positive intelligence in China because our show is COVID stories, and we know that originally the COVID or the this virus is came from China. All right, and our guest is a founder and CEO of Oligye Enterprises in Shanghai, a minority-owned company focused on business consulting, coaching, and training. Colin is a certified positive intelligence coach and hold his coaching certification with the International Coaching Federation or ICF. As a result of his consulting, our guest trains and offers coaching services for individuals and teams and organizations. He also developed and enhanced work and leadership skills essential for success in both personal and professional environments. Let us all welcome our foreign guest from Shanghai, China, none other than Mr. Colin C. Thompson. Hello, Coach.
Hello, Charm. Thank you for having me on your show. And I want to just tell everybody, I am a very proud CBJ LICM TACW.
Wow, that's great.
What
Yes,
is that,
actually, yeah. Actually, we're having a hard time for all the viewers for you to know. We're having a hard time for connecting because of the unstable connection from Shanghai, China, right, Coach?
Correct. And I just want to explain what that is. So I've been living here in Asia for about 14 years. And one thing I've learned is people love introducing themselves using acronyms. For example, ABC, American Born Chinese, or ABP, American Born Filipino. Again, I'm a CBJ LICM TACW, which means a Canadian born Jamaican living in China, married to a Chinese woman. So I love to introduce myself that way because it paints a much bigger picture than me just saying, hello, I'm Colin Thompson.
Wow, you haven't had an acronym for that, Coach, and that's so very great to hear. All right, so before we start, our viewers would like to know you well. So can you introduce yourself, Coach?
Yeah, sure. So, as Sean mentioned, I am living here in Shanghai, China. Um, I I am originally from Canada. I'm the son of double immigrants. My parents immigrated from Jamaica to Canada, and then from Canada to the U.S. And I grew up most of my life in the U.S. And in 2008, I did move here to China. At the time, I was working for IBM, and I was very, very eager to get some exposure abroad. As you know, growing up and living in just one country, you sort of get tunnel vision and you're not open to new things and new customs. So I was very fortunate in 2008 to be able to get some experience living abroad, coming here to China. When I first got here, it was kind of challenging initially, just due to the language and it's such a stark, different culture. But I love it here. I was fortunate enough to go from Shenzhen to Shanghai about 8 years, no, about 10 years ago, actually. And with IBM also, in 2018, I was able to leave IBM and open or start to form my own boutique company. And I say
Wow.
boutique because
Yeah.
we're a company of one person, so very boutique, right? And I do business consulting, coaching, and training. Nothing. Married, two kids, a 3-year-old boy and a 8-month daughter. So I'm very much in family mode right now, and that's some of my
Nice.
background.
Yes, that's nice to hear that you're really a family man despite of being busy with all of your business. So you've mentioned you're already staying at Shanghai for 8 years right now, right?
Yeah, actually, 10 years. 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. Okay, that's quite too long, right? Are you planning to go back to Canada or to stay in the US in the future?
You sound like my wife, because she asked that question just last night. Just last night. You know, I grew up in the U.S. and I gotta say, the experience I had in the U.S. wonderful, 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 wonderful. And I know our topic is COVID, and we're going to stay there. But right now, there are certain things taking place in the U.S. that doesn't make me feel safe being a black man. So right now,
Mhm.
I hope to return to the U.S., but I want things first to get better in the U.S. for
All
people
right.
of color. Yeah,
Yeah, we understand. We're also Asians and we know that feeling.
yes,
Actually,
yes.
I would like to ask, would you like to visit Philippines in the future so that we could meet you personally here?
Well, I have been to the Philippines probably 6 or 7 times, so I'm quite familiar with the
Wow.
country. Yeah, I'm quite familiar with the country. When I was with IBM, I coached a lot of teams in the Philippines, and on vacation, I used to vacation. I take vacation in the Philippines as well, so I'm quite familiar with the people. And I gotta say, I always say the Filipino people are always very polite, but always make me
Yeah.
feel old. And I say they make me feel old because everything is sir and ma'am, and I'm like, don't
Yes.
call me sir. I'm so young, right? I'm not your father, right? But I
Maybe
gotta say,
it's in our Filipino culture that we're very hospitable here, and
yes,
we were raised to respect other people regardless of the age. So that's why maybe
yeah,
you could visit again here soon.
yeah. I hope so. One thing is, I've noticed that Filipinos have a habit of smiling a lot, and I love it. I really do love that with the culture and the people. And I do hope to get out of Shanghai soon. Due to COVID, we have not left the city in almost 3 years. So it is very, it's very frustrating at times, but at the same time, we're able to maintain a positive mindset.
Yes, of course. All right. So this is my first question for you, Coach Colin. All right. What exactly is the positive intelligence?
Yeah. So positive intelligence is really a framework of how to achieve and maintain mental resilience, how to maintain a positive mindset despite what goes on in life. It's sort of similar to um, emotional intelligence, cultural intelligence. This is positive intelligence about how we can try to ensure that when we go through this wonderful, hopefully long, beautiful, frustrating, scary thing called life, that we're able to maintain a positive mindset rather than a negative mindset. So within the positive intelligence framework, we have a lot of different tools we use to help maintain a positive mindset.
All right. Okay, so what is mental fitness and why is it important to build up your mental fitness?
Wow. So it's interesting because I'm learning, and I've learned over time that not everybody knows what mental fitness means. However, if I said to you, physical fitness, so Charm, if you know what physical fitness means, put your hand up. Yes, okay. And most people know,
Of course, yeah.
right, physical fitness means that if I'm in good physical fitness, if I've built up my muscles, I can go outside, maybe run 10K. And a 10K wouldn't be too bad because I'm in good physical fitness. However, if I'm in poor physical fitness, that same 10K, nah, that same 10K might be too much for me. If I'm in poor physical fitness, that first 1K, not too bad. I can manage this, not too bad. That second K, ooh, my legs are getting heavy. That third K, maybe I'm starting to breathe a little bit. That fourth K, I'm having doubts. And that fifth K, I quit. So when you're in poor physical fitness, you're not able to do things that are strenuous for your physical body. Mental fitness is very, very similar. In order for us, again, to go through this wonderful, beautiful, I hope long, frustrating, confusing thing called life, we must be able to build up our mental fitness to handle everyday messages. Because, Charm, on a daily basis, if you think about this, think about the number of negative messages you get in a single day, whether it be on the news, whether it be social media, whether it be from friends or family. We have to be able to maintain a positive mindset rather than a negative mindset. So just as you build up your physical fitness over time, with mental fitness, we also need to build that up over time. A lot of reasons why we can't manage to maintain a positive mindset is because we haven't learned how to build up our mental fitness over time. It's like going to the gym. Day one in the gym, you can't lift big weights, but start small, and over time you're able to lift more and more and more. Same thing. If we make it an action to every day on a daily basis, build up our mental fitness, then over time we'll be able to handle more and more of life experiences without going to a negative mindset.
All right. Thank you for that, Coach. I think your connection is quite not stable right now. Can you still hear me, or can you
Yes,
still?
I can hear you perfectly.
Uh, Hello, Coach.
Yes, I can hear
Are
you.
you still there? All right.
Yes,
Can you still hear me well?
yes, perfectly.
All right, great. So this is my second question. We all know that COVID first appeared in China in 2020. How is the recent resurgence different from 2020? So can you
Wow.
share that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And it is, if I think back to 2020, when COVID first hit, and actually back in January 2020, it wasn't called COVID, if you remember, it was coronavirus. Back then, we didn't know much about this thing. And being here in China, where this started, it was it was very much overnight. At the time, I was in my wife's hometown, and one day we heard about something happening in Wuhan. Then we heard we have to wear masks everywhere. We left Wuhan and flew back to Shanghai immediately because not Wuhan, excuse me, her hometown. We did not want to be caught out of Shanghai and not able to travel. When we came back to Shanghai, people here were very, very nervous. 2020, January and February. My coaching client said, Colin, we need to stop coaching right now because this thing on TV called the coronavirus is killing people and everybody's getting infected. And we can't think about other things. We must focus on the coronavirus. The thing about 2020, though, here in Shanghai, the coronavirus was very scary. People getting anxious. However, it was on TV. It was on TV. 2022, you hear a knock at your door, that's the coronavirus at your door. So 2022, the coronavirus is actually here in Shanghai, thousands of infections, which is very, very different. So people have a much more heightened level of anxiety, and mainly for one reason. We do not want to catch COVID, not because our body can't take it, but because in Shanghai, and China has a zero tolerance policy. If you have coronavirus, you must leave your house and be quarantined in a central place. And the reality or lifestyle of the center is not a good place to be. So people were very, very scared about catching coronavirus, COVID here. I mean, you may know that Shanghai went through almost 3 months of lockdown. And Charm, let me tell you what lockdown is. Lockdown is you cannot leave your building. You cannot leave, you cannot go outside. The only time you can go outside is really to take a test. So people were feeling very,
Yes.
very bothered because they were not able to have any form of a lifestyle, not even go out of their building to walk around and meet people. So it's very much different from how it was back in 2020. And we had 2 years of relatively COVID free in Shanghai. So I recognize it's our turn. But it was a much, and still is, a much more anxious, scary time than it was in 2020. Yeah, in 2020.
All right. Of course, it was happened all over the world. Even here in the Philippines, people are really panicking. We have, yeah, we have that experience of lockdown, and we can never do something about that because we have to secure ourselves. We have to make ourselves stay at home for us to be safe because on that time it's really the surge of that pandemic, and no one has an idea on how we could overcome it easily. That's why it takes years for us to get vaccinated and for us to cope up. And right now the situation there in China, is it okay now, or is there any cases again?
Well, yeah, well, understand China has a, a zero tolerance policy, meaning that if one person, for example, if one person in a compound of maybe 1,000 people has COVID, the whole compound is on lockdown. So
Okay.
with that, people are very, very nervous. There are cases in China, and the nature of the environment here is you don't know if the news and information you're getting is accurate. So we do know that there are people who have COVID and spreading it, and also asymptomatic people as well. And we get those numbers. So it's not as bad as it was a few weeks ago, but there are cases still coming up.
All right. Okay, my next question for you, Coach. How were you able to use the positive intelligence during the recent COVID lockdown in Shanghai?
Yeah, yeah. So about positive intelligence and mental fitness, I went through a program to really learn how to not just coach people in positive intelligence, how to build up their mental fitness, but also to learn how to use it for myself. So day one, when it seemed like we were going to go through a tough time here in Shanghai for the lockdown, day one, I told myself and my wife, I said, I am not going to have any negative emotions for the entire time that the city is going through COVID, going through lockdown. And that was very important because by telling myself that, I'm now using different tools to maintain my mental fitness. And I'm also looking for things that help me to maintain. For example, when I coach individuals, it makes me feel high level of gratitude, but it makes me feel good because I feel like I'm helping people to achieve their goals. So one of the things I said from day one is I'm going to maintain a positive attitude throughout this lockdown, and I'm going to do what I can to fuel my happiness, because to be happy, we must do things that make us happy. For me,
Right.
coaching people. So myself and a handful of other coaches, I reached out to them and I said, I want us to volunteer our time to coach our community. So every day, every day when we have to take a test or do anything outside, you see, we call them the white clothes people because they have the white medical thing on. Everything is.
Right.
I forgot what. Yeah, everything is covered up. Every day, delivering food, packages, knocking on your door. The white clothes people, volunteers, volunteers, putting their health and whatnot to the side to take care of us. So I said, you know what? We know that the community is suffering right now. let us do what we can and offer free coaching to individuals who are suffering during this time. Now, luckily, one of my colleagues is the executive director for a community center here in Shanghai. So using that community and others, we promoted what we call COVID coaching. And we had,
Wow.
we had over 150 people, or almost 150 people sign up for coaching, which was
Wow,
tremendous.
that's quite big.
That's very big, very big. If I go back to 2020, back in 2020, I also did an early version of COVID coaching. This was more for the US because if you recall, COVID hit here first, so we kind of had to deal with it a little bit before it went abroad. A colleague of mine in the US said, Colin, I know you've went through this COVID already. What can we do to make sure that we're safe? So I said, you know what? Let's do a public service announcement. And he wanted to do 1 or 2 videos. I said, no. I said, if you want my help, I want to do 30 days, 30 videos. So from May 1 to May 30 of 2020, myself and some coaches put out a video every day giving people tips on how to maintain during COVID. And it was such a tremendous hit. And those videos are still on my webpage. So that was where COVID coaching started back in 2020. But as I mentioned, those videos, the support for people outside of China, because China was relatively safe. Now, though, 2022, our COVID coaching was directly to the community here in Shanghai and in China. And we're very, very, very fortunate to know that we're really able to reach out and help people as they're going through this tough time. Because some people were scared they can't get food. Because remember, lockdown,
Right.
there were no deliveries for a while, right? The government had to deliver food. So people were really scared that they're going to either get COVID and be dragged out of the house. They're not going to be able to get enough food. They're going to lose their job. Because a lot of people, if you're on lockdown and you're an hourly person, you're not making any money for 3 months.
Right.
So
There's a
people
lot of
really-
worries right there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. In line to that, Coach Colin, how were you and the other COVID coaches like you actually able to be effective to help people in just 60 minutes?
Yeah, so part of the COVID coaching is anybody who wanted to be coached, we give you 1 free hour. And Charm, I'm not sure if you've ever been coached.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe your connection got disconnected. Let us check. All right, guys. Let's just check if Coach Colin is still with us. Because right now, Shanghai is blocking Facebook, YouTube. There are times that they won't allow us to use that if you're based in Shanghai, China. They're just connecting using their VPNs. That's why it really happened a lot of times that they get disconnected if ever they would try to live on stream. You're having a hard time to connect on our Facebook or the YouTube. Give me a second. I will just call our guests through email or messenger or WhatsApp, and then we will get back. Let's just call a quick commercial break. Just stay tuned and share our live. TNC is a live stream platform of online shows for people on the go. Please watch all our shows as seen on screen. Imagine having your own show, your own playlist, your own content, but we make it easier for you. TNC aims to transform the lives of our viewers through engaging, authentic, and original content. Our vision is to become a global 24/7 live stream channel that showcases Filipino talent, global influencers, cultural intelligence, and ingenuity. I am promoting my show, COVID Stories, every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. And you can watch live or on replay via Facebook or YouTube. Follow us on IG. Listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Just search hashtag TNC now. And for sponsorships, please email now at thenewchannel.com or send us a DM. Enjoy these life-changing shows because we made them for you. All right, we're back. I am hoping that our guest, Coach Colin, is already back also. All right. He messaged me through Messenger. The connection keeps dropping again, according to him, but he's keep on trying connecting to the stream so that he'll come back. I'll just reply, guys, to him that we will wait for him. All right, we will wait for you to come back. Come back. That's the advantage here in the Philippines because we have a free access to YouTube, to Facebook anytime. We just need to have an internet connection for that. But in their country, it's really strict. They need to block those social media platforms. They have to block that in times of if they don't need those social media platforms, they need to block it so that no one could access that. Coach Colin told me that they have an access for those social media platforms whenever the government will let them use those platforms. And unfortunately, they could not access that anytime that they want. That's why we're very fortunate here in the Philippines because we could freely access that anytime that we want. So let's just wait for our guest. And also, I would like to greet all our um all our customers, right? They are viewing right now on our stream every Saturday. They are really fan of watching our show. And that's why we have to thank them. They are our valued customer in CMA Meetup. Okay, so I would like to greet MM's Pansit Batil Patong in Taguig, Ate Marvy, Buboy's Burrito, Kairos Coffee, Edna's Canteen in Philcoa, Joe Cubs Pansit Batil Patong, Genter's Pansit, and Lean Pax Pansiteria, One Chow Restaurant, and also Chef Jade Food House, Narias Restaurant, Paris Columbia, and also Bulaluan sa Obrero, Carla Cusinera, Versus Kitchen, and Naknang Fucha, and Papang's Sizzling and Bulaluhan. Also, we would like to greet all the July birthdays. Happy birthday to all the birthday babies in July. Most especially my daughter, Milka, turned 3 last July 27. And also, I would like to greet my Sun Life family, Hyperion 3, all right, Coco Chanel sales team under SM Arian, and Haley Berry under UM Che. And also, I would like to promote my financial advisors in Hailey Berry. You could trust us in I'm back. All right. Okay, someone is calling on my phone. That's why it got disconnected. All right, I would like to promote that if you want to have a trusted financial advisors, you could contact us all on our team. Also, my sister Jade Oribe, you could search on Facebook. Also, me, you could message me if you need a professional um, financial advices with regards to insurance, mutual funds, investment. Under Sun Life, we're partners with Sun Life. So, if you would like us to cater you on your financial things, we could easily get to you. Just message us on Facebook or you could contact me directly on 0919-097-9794. Alright, so shout out to Sun Life. Hello. Alright, so we will wait for our guest. I think he's trying to connecting right now. Alright, Coach Colin is back again. According to him, direct, can you check on the backstage? Hello, Coach. Coach Colleen, we're waiting for you. We are calling you out. Direct is Coach is still there. All right, guys, we'll wait for him. Okay, for those people who are watching, you could share our live. Oh. You could share our live, and you if you would like to comment or suggest for episode or topic that you would like to see in on our show every Saturday, you could message us or message the page, the new channel, or you could visit my Facebook, Charm Oribe, and you could message me and suggest if you would like me to feature your business, your story, your real life stories that could inspire our viewers. Just message us. Feel free to message us if ever you would like to sponsor our show. If if you're happy on our content, we would like to know your comments, your suggestions, and we will improve our show and we will feature the things that you would like to see. All right, there are people who are commenting on the live. It's Migs Kabukit. Congratulations on a new season. Thank you, Migs. Was owning a meat business challenging during the pandemic. Right. Yeah, we've got a really lot of challenges during pandemic. And according to my past guests, all of them, no one is exempted during the pandemic. All of the business was down, their health was very their family is very alarming when it comes to their health status and their financial status, of course. And I would like to go back to our Facebook live. Maybe some of our viewers are commenting and we would like to recognize them, thank them for staying and viewing our live now. Okay. Coach, welcome back.
It's great to
Alright.
be back. I hope I can stay.
Yes, we are hoping and praying for that you're gonna stay connected during our live stream. All right. Welcome back, Coach Colleen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was in the middle of answering the question.
I'm sorry. Maybe, Coach, your internet is really not stable. Can you hear me now? Hi, Coach. Let us check. There's still a internet glitching on his end. All right. Sad to say, we need to wait for him, but our time is really running, and we might miss Coach Colleen. Anyway, as part of this episode, this episode was created and this content was created by me and with the participation of Coach Colin from Shanghai. All right, because Coach Colin is really a certified positive intelligence coach. So you people, if you want to have a coaching, you could also message Coach Colin for you to have a life coaching and training if you would like to organize on your companies, like coaching sessions, training sessions about business, also coaching services or individuals and teams who wants to develop and enhance work for leadership skills and also for essential for success trainings and professional environment. You could message us or you could message Coach Colleen. Actually, Coach also sponsored our show to have a session of coaching. But of course, as the chief of this show, your host, of course, me, Char, I'll be the one who will choose lucky audiences who would like to have a free coaching, business coaching, and life coaching from Sir Colin Thompson. All right, so we will announce that. We will just have to fix some things and we will just have to talk about some things on how we could prepare on those coaching sessions with Coach. All right, just wait for our announcement, especially on my Facebook page. All right, so of course, this content is about the positive intelligence in China. That's why Coach Colin Thompson is the one who is very expert when it comes to this. I think last year we also invited a brain coach, right? You remember that episode last year? And everything went well. Actually, there's a question and answer portion on that show. And right now, Coach Colleen would like to discuss what are the COVID coaching is all about. Because guys, when we talk about this, she messaged me last year. He wants to be featured on our show, but unfortunately, we don't have any slot last year. So that was, I think I remember that was season 3. So on season 3, we have a full slot and we invited again Coach Colleen and he messaged me and fortunately, luckily and blessed that he already got the slot and now is on our season 5 and he wants to discuss this COVID coaching because not everyone knows or not everyone is very familiar on this COVID coaching thing, right? Because most of the coaching here is all about leadership, business, um, skills, right? So this COVID coaching is all about the positive minds or positive intelligence that you could apply during the pandemic because this is all about the mental health awareness. Okay, so a lot of people were very down, a lot of people lost families, right? So during the pandemic, most of our friends lost their families or loved ones because of this COVID crisis. And also, most of our friends or families lost their finances because their business was down, their company was closed, and they need to trench out people who were working on the company. So it's really a big problem, that came during the pandemic. And our mental health is really the thing on this pandemic. That's why Coach Colleen and other coaches make a COVID coaching sessions. All right, this COVID coaching or COVID training is like it's like a life coaching. If you're familiar on attending life coaching with like here in our country, Bo Sanchez, or a business coach like Francis Kong, like Chinkitan, it's no difference. It's like Coach Colleen in their country in Shanghai. They're also conducting that for us to somehow get up, somehow have a fresh start because right now it's already on the second year of this crisis and most people are really struggling to get up again struggling to start fresh again. And we really need this motivation that could help us to, to somehow cope up with the situation. Because the thing is, we need to have a sense of resiliency. We are discussing that all over again here in the new channel, in different shows, that resiliency is really important, most especially in pandemic times. Okay, we're still waiting for our guest. Coach Colleen, are you still there? Direct, I think Coach Colleen is also trying to connect. Okay. I'll try to message our guest on his messenger so that we could prepare if still Coach cannot connect with our VPN. You know what, guys? We're very lucky here in our country. That's what I can say talaga. Because, in our country, there's no blocking. There's a freedom of speech. There's a freedom access. We could access easily on different kinds of, websites, social media platforms. But in their country, they have to follow their government. If the government says you don't have an access on this, then we have no choice. I've experienced that when I was in UAE last 2017. Viber is not allowed, video call is not allowed. We need to download this app, the WhatsApp, for us to get connected with our families all over the world. And also we need to, follow their strict, we need to comply on that. Because if they blocked that kind of social media, it's very illegal to them that you don't have an access. And it will, you will have a violation to the government if you will access those things that they blocked online, right? So we're very lucky here in the Philippines. So my message to all the people who has a freely access to those social media platforms like TikTok, like YouTube, like Facebook, Messenger, and IG, just use the social media responsibly, okay? So, all right, wait. Coach Colleen is getting back. I think direct we should flash Coach Colleen's logo so that we could invite people um who would like to have a session with a Coach Colleen. All right. Okay, so this is the logo of Coach Colleen, Oligye Life Coaching and Training. All right, you could he told me that I could invite you by visiting the website address that he has given to me, www.oligye.com/positive-intelligence. So you could visit that website and you could take the free session and saboteur assessments. So we're giving a chance for this website address to be shared online, okay? Also, the next logo, please, Derek. Can we show it to them? All right, so get familiar on this logo. Oligye Life Coaching. And next logo, Derek. All right, Oligye Enterprises, coaching, training, and business consulting services. If you want an international standard when it comes to coaching, training, and business consulting services, just message the website again. It's www.oligye.com/positive-intelligence and slash. All right, you could see that on screen on how you could visit Coach Colleen's coaching session. All right, they would allow you to have a free access for the saboteur assessment. They will give you an assessment first all right, for you to get qualified on this coaching session. Also, again, thank you for Oligye Enterprises and Coach Colin for sponsoring our show, for giving us a 3 session coaching package for my audiences. All right, for my viewers. All right, for my beloved viewers, I will choose a free session with Coach Colin. So just wait for that announcement. Again, we will announce that. We will just talk about that on how we could fix the schedule on that session that I will given to you by Coach Colin. Okay? So let me just go to our live. Let me see all our viewers who are commenting. Direct is Coach Colin in the backstage. It's already 11:20 and we're almost done on our show for 10 minutes, but we will wait for him. All right.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. Welcome back again, Coach. All right. We still have remaining 10 minutes, but that's okay. We could squeeze it out. The most important part. Don't worry, Coach Colin, when you're not here, I already plugged the businesses, your enterprises, your coaching and everything. I
Okay,
already done that. You
okay,
could watch that on the replay. I've
okay.
already advertised those things as you wish. Okay, so Coach, okay, as long as you're here, we'll take this chance to question you these questions so that our viewers will be informed. You called your effort COVID coaching, Coach Colin. How is COVID coaching different from life coaching? A lot of people
Yes,
is confused. So you could
yeah.
explain that to us right now.
One of the things that we learned very early on is that there's no such thing as COVID coaching. It all comes back down to life coaching. And what I mean by that is, if you think about it, Charm, COVID is nothing more than a chapter in our lives, right? So looking at, sometimes we try to allow things to take us to a negative mindset or take us to a place where we don't want to go. And if we make COVID something that results in us having a negative life going forward, that's where we make the mistake. So we tell our clients there's no such thing as COVID coaching. How can you make this into a mere chapter in your life? So Charm, I have a question for you. If you had to name the chapter in your life that you're going through during COVID, what would the chapter before COVID be called?
I'm sorry, you got a glitch on the middle of the question. Can you
Okay.
repeat that? The
Yes. If
chapter
you
of what?
what is the name of a chapter of your life before COVID?
Before COVID.
Yes.
Building myself.
Building yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So building yourself, and then you had this chapter called COVID, which I assume, are you still in your COVID chapter or are you out of your COVID chapter?
Out of my COVID chapter.
Okay, great. So what is the name of your chapter now?
Um I'm on the process on I'm on the process on building myself again.
Okay, in the process of building yourself again. So this is basically you building yourself to achieve some things in your life, correct?
Yes, definitely correct.
And that's where we go and say, this is life coaching. COVID is nothing but a chapter. People now are very fortunate. They can look back and say, while we were going through COVID, because COVID now, for a lot of people, it's in the past, and it was nothing but a chapter. So when we talk about COVID coaching and life coaching, they're both the same. We coach clients and individuals on how to reach certain goals they have in life, whether that means they're trying to improve their relationships, they're trying to lose weight, trying to write that book, they're trying to make sure that they're going from where they currently are in their life to a better, more positive place. And COVID coaching was just a catchy, a catchy term, right? And a lot of people felt that because when we had those almost 150 people come to us for coaching, half of them, most of them, didn't really use the term COVID. They mentioned, as I'm going through these things in my life. So to answer your question, there is no thing called COVID coaching. There is just life coaching, and COVID is just a chapter in our lives. So, Charm, one of
Wow,
the
I
things,
see.
yeah, one of the things that we always try to coach our clients, because again, we had only 1 hour. In 1 hour, we have to do a lot. But I always ask one question. And it's a very hard question to answer while you're going through something. So, Charm, I'm going to ask you that question. What 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 is a gift that COVID and the COVID times gave to you? What gift did you
Gift.
get out of? Yes, what gift did you get out of your COVID time?
Yeah, realization on what are the priorities. So the prioritization, and most important is the importance of life. Realization that the most important in life is, loving yourself, your health, and also your families.
And that is beautiful, beautiful. And it's great to see that you found the gift, because anything we go through in life, we should be able to find a gift and opportunity. Now, again, it's very hard to do while you're going through something. But if you're able to take a step back and really focus on what is important to you, one of the tools that we use in coaching is called flash forward. And this is one way to be very effective with our clients. When we flash forward, we say, and Charm, I'm going to use you again and ask you another question. Is that okay?
Sure, sure. Not a problem.
So flash forward, and you can use this not during your COVID time, but your life right now. We ask the clients, so imagine your elder, wiser self, your elder, wiser self, and your elder, wiser self is about to reach the end of your life. Your elder, wiser self, you have a very, very strong mind, very, very physical body. You have had a great life. Your elder, wiser self. Now, what question? Well, what would your elder? How would your elder, wiser self answer this question? If you asked your elder, wiser self, what is important to me in my life right now today? What would your elder, wiser self tell you should be important to your life right now today?
For me, it's my health, my life today. Because, during the pandemic crisis, I realized that even though you have a lot of rich, you're rich, you have a lot of money, that is really nonsense during pandemic, because if you will die, you cannot use that. All right. So for me, if you will be healthy, then you succeeded those stages of your life, that you survived, right? You
Right.
didn't die and you're still alive, and you can still,
That
you know
that is
what I
great.
mean, coach.
Yeah, yeah. So your elder, wiser self will tell you what's important to you right now is your health.
Yes,
Yeah. And
definitely.
And the reason we ask our clients that during this coaching we did during COVID is because we want them to now figure out what's important as you're going through this tough time. Because as you mentioned, you know what? I thought my car was important. I thought my clothes were important. I thought other things were important. It's really my health, my mental health, my family's health. People come up with
Yes.
some very interesting things, but it helps them to stop focusing on fear and anxiety and what's going wrong, and focusing on what's important. So anytime we can sort of ask ourselves, what would our older, wiser self, what advice would they give me? It always helps them to reframe what they're going through.
Right. All right, thank you for that, coach. Thank you for that. And my next question, of course, what has COVID taught you?
Well, a little bit about what you said about what's important, but luckily The people sometimes when people have somebody close to them who passes away, they say, you know what, this person passing away helped me to focus on what's important because, as you mentioned, you can die anytime. And I say, I hope it does not take something negative to happen to you for you to really reflect and figure out what's important to you. What COVID taught me was life goes on.
Right. Life goes on.
Life goes on. And I say that because in some especially here in Shanghai, over the last 3 months, people's lives were turned upside down. And let me say, globally, people have been dealing with COVID for over 2 years. Here in Shanghai, China, we have not. So it's just our turn now. But people's lives were turned upside down, and some people did not know how to get from day to day to day. What I've learned is life goes on. At some point, COVID is going to be a memory. And for some people, it may be a terrible memory. For some people, it'll be a good memory. For some people, it'll just be a strange memory. But I'm going to tell you what, life doesn't slow down. Life goes on. So as we're going through these things and going through COVID, how you go through, or how I went through COVID, as I mentioned before, was maintaining a positive mindset. So for me, COVID has not been, well, let me say this, because I do know that people have lost loved ones, have been struggling. So I don't want to make light of it. I do know that COVID is very handled for a lot of people to take these times. Luckily for myself, and my family here in China, we have not suffered that much. And knock on wood that we don't. So COVID has taught me life goes on. Don't try to adjust your life because of COVID. Live your
Right.
life. Live your life to the fullest. Make sure that you have goals that you're going after on a daily basis. On a daily basis. And Charm, I know you're the host. What has COVID taught you?
Yes, COVID taught me to, of course, be prepared always. Because if you're not prepared, you never know what life has
Yeah,
for us in the future, right? So
yeah,
we have to get prepared. Prepared in what? In finances, in we should manage our finances. We should know how to take care or prevent our health. We should know how to, follow things that we've learned during the pandemic. That this is now the second chance that we
yeah,
are living our life. Other people did not survive during the pandemic, and now we're still alive. Meaning we are given the chance to live our life as much as we want, because other people are unfortunate that they did not survive those the crisis, the pandemic, but we're still here. All right, we're talking to people, we're inspiring people, so we need to continue this. We need to continue our purpose in life and share these blessings to others.
yeah. That is a great lesson learned. I like the way you said that. And if I can just add, one of the things that we hear a lot during this COVID time, people say, "I want life to get back to normal. I want things to go back to how they were before." But people forget that a lot of us didn't really have the best life before COVID. I always tell people, don't go back. You hear some people, like even myself, years ago, I would say, "Look, I want to get back to the mindset I had when I was younger, when I was more proactive. I want to get back to the body size I had when I was younger. I want to get back to who I was before." No, no, no. Don't try to go back to the lifestyle you had before COVID. Go to a new and better place. Use
Right.
what you learned during this time to propel you to a better way of living, to a better life. Don't
Correct.
go backwards. Go to a better place. And some people now are struggling because they get back to their old life and are saying, "Wow, this wasn't what I remember it to be." Because you really have to make sure you know how to maintain a positive mindset. And again, that's building up your mental fitness.
All right, thank you for that, Coach. And I'm sorry to say that we have a really limited time. We're already done on our episode for today. But don't worry, we will schedule and we will have a meeting to talk about those free sessions that you sponsored, especially to my
Yes,
show. Thank you for
yes.
that, Coach. And also, would you like to have a last words and message of wisdom to all?
Yes, I would. And I see a note here that you can extend a few more minutes. So I do want to talk about one thing. As you mentioned, for your audience, 3 members of your audience, there will be a certificate, a giveaway for 3 coaching sessions. That's 3 1-hour coaching sessions, and 3 sessions are enough to really help people to start
Wow.
going down a path of improvement. So I want to mention that.
Can I attend
Also,
to that, Coach?
say again.
Can I join
Of
that
course you can.
session?
Of course you
All
can.
right.
Those are for anybody. And please, Charm, make sure you find 3 people, or you and 2 other people. I do
Okay.
want to really get some more individuals in your community and coach them. And I think 3 sessions would be great. I want to also talk about quickly about the Positive Intelligence Program. This is a 6-week program that allows individuals to really start to learn how to build up their mental fitness and stay in a positive mindset over a negative mindset. I'm not going to go into the details now, but if you go to my website, oligye.com, you can navigate to that information. Take a look and take the free assessment. There are 2 assessments on that site. One measures your positive intelligence. The other measures your saboteurs. The saboteurs are little versions of you that talk in your ear and lie to you, telling you you're not good enough, you're not fast enough, you're not smart enough. So take those
All
3
right.
assessments and contact me, and we'll have a free readout of those. Again, the goal here is to educate your audience on how to maintain a positive mindset. Think about those things that you think about, pet peeves and things that really make you upset. Wouldn't life be so much better if what makes you upset doesn't make you upset? Wouldn't that be much better?
Right.
Yeah. So building up your mental fitness is very easy to do if you do it over time. And again, starting with something very small and manageable. I'll give you a very quick example. When I was to go to work on the subway during rush hour, my mission was to get from my front door to my desk in as short a time as possible. I would take a subway, the subway door would open, I'd leave the subway, turn a corner, go to the escalator, get on an escalator, look up, and somebody stopped. In most countries, you stand on the left, walk on the right, right? So I used to get so upset instantly if I turn a corner and somebody was walking and it stopped, and everybody now must stop and wait. It used to just really get me upset. Something very trivial, right? But for me, I would get very, very upset. And I'd be upset for the next hour or so. That's the first thing I worked on when I started building my mental fitness. I tell myself, when I turn a corner, no matter what I see, no matter who is walking and who is stopped, I'm not going to get upset. It took me some time to do that, but I was able to use something very easy to build up my mental fitness over time. It's sort of like if you want to run 10K, start with the 1K first, right? And that
Right.
little pet peeve was my 1K. And over time, I was able to apply that to bigger and bigger things that used to upset me. So for your audience members, find something small that upsets you and tell yourself, this time when it happens, I'm not going to get upset. Recognize you're being triggered by a negative emotion and take a different action. Take a different action.
All right, thank you for that, Coach Colin Thompson. I am so blessed and pleasured to have you on my show, and it was a really informative, and it was a lessons to learn from you, from our viewers, and we are so lucky and blessed that we have you here on our episode. And hope to talk to you soon, Coach Colin. Do you have any want to greet someone, your friends or families or your clients before we will say goodbye to you?
Yes. And I do want to say that, first of all, Charm, thank you and your audience for your patience today. I know we had some terrible issues with the VPN here in China. So thank your audience for that. And Charm, I do want to hopefully you have me back on the show sometime again, because I do want to really share more about the experience we had here.
Sure, not a problem.
Yeah.
Just
And I do
message
want-
me and we will arrange that anytime.
Thank you. I do want to give a shout out, right, to my wife, Kay, my little boy Quincy, who's going to turn 3 years old next week, my
Wow,
9-month
advance
old
happy
daughter
birthday.
Kaylee, all my coaching our colleagues here in Shanghai who did come out and support our COVID coaching. All my clients, of course, my family back in the U.S. And I want to say a shout out to my new Filipino community of fans and listeners.
Wow, hello to all of you and happy birthday to your kid. And we will happy to have you once again, Coach Colin, all right? We'll just talk about that and just message me and we will arrange that for you, okay?
Okay.
And thank you for all of our viewers for today. Let's say goodbye now to Coach and we're hoping to see you again, Coach. All right? Bye and stay safe. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
All right, our episode has ended again, guys. I'm sorry, I really need to, to speak English because our guest is a foreign guest, and we expect that his family, friends, and clients is in the other countries. They're international, so we need to speak on the language wherein they could understand us. All right, we're on overtime, and at least to people who haven't watched this episode, feel free to share our this episode through YouTube or Facebook, or you could listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Okay, before we end, guys, I would like to thank all of these businesses of my families and friends. Amronon Brokerage Services, Isla Catch Manila, Lego World Rees 8083 on YouTube, and also Rev1 Moto, Rainbow Heads Gaming, Boy Gaming, Cliff Raven Enterprises in Loton, Iloilo, Kusina ni Ramon, Iloilo, Chibogs by Raisa Verde in Iloilo, Achi Finds, Lasagna Matters, and Shan's Pizza. Also, our own business, none other than CMA Meat Hub. You could visit us in Mega Qmart, CMA Meat Hub Meat Trading, and we're located in Mega Qmart in Quezon City. We also have frozen meats and available for box, bulk, and tons of orders. Also, for those people who would like to have an online palengke, your one-stop shop, online, Milka's Online Market, okay? Crispy King, Hari ng Lutong. You got Charm Productions, Health and Beauty by Charm, and for orders of Usana products, just message me. Of course, we would like to thank also LLIC for sponsoring. Hello, Lauren. Thank you for sponsoring our show. And of course, Sun Life, I would like to thank our partners for Brighter Life, Sun Life. And I am your licensed financial advisor. If you want me to give you a brighter life for your future, just message me. Call me at 0919-097-9794 or visit my FB page, Charm Oribe. Again, have a happy weekend, guys. Thank you for staying and watching. You can share our live. I would appreciate that. And goodbye for now. And wait for our show next Saturday. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching.